Absolutely unacceptable. It seems Boeing just can't get anything right. Not only is Starliner in trouble, but even the SLS core is sinking deeper into a crisis, severely impacting the timeline of the Artemis program. What exactly is happening with the SLS? And what are the reasons for all that? Let's uncover everything in today's episode. Oh, just a second. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest space news. We truly appreciate your support. Okay, let's dive right in. It's no secret that Boeing and NASA share a close, long-standing partnership across various space programs, not just with Starliner, but also with the SLS. Boeing is the primary and largest contractor in developing NASA's Space Launch System, SLS rocket, responsible for the design and production of the core stage and upper stages. August 8, 2024, marked a troubling turning point for NASA's space program. The NASA Office of Inspector General (OIG) released a scathing report exposing severe issues in the development of the next-generation Space Launch System SLS Block 1B, the configuration used from Artemis 4. Let me explain a little. SLS Block 1, the first version of this rocket, is being used for the Artemis 1, 2, and 3 missions. Its primary task is to launch the Orion spacecraft into space. However, as we move toward the Artemis 4 mission, the requirements become far more complex. This mission has an incredibly ambitious goal: assembling the Lunar Gateway, a space station that will orbit the Moon. Achieving this requires the capability to carry much heavier payloads compared to previous missions. That's why we have the SLS Block 1B, an upgraded version of Block 1. The key difference with Block 1B is its use of the Exploration Upper Stage EUS, which is equipped with 4 powerful RL-10 engines. This upgrade allows the rocket to carry 38 tons, a payload capacity that's 40% greater than Block 1. Keep this detail in mind. It's crucial. As for quality standards, NASA has set extremely stringent criteria for its partners. Specifically, aerospace contractors must comply with SAE International's AS9100D Quality Management System standards. This isn't just some bureaucratic formality. It's the foundation that ensures safety and efficiency for these highly challenging space missions. However, the report from NASA's OIG has shed light on a darker side. Boeing's quality management system at the Michoud facility failed to meet these standards and did not comply with NASA's specific requirements. This is a serious finding, especially considering Boeing's crucial role in manufacturing key components of the Space Launch System, the backbone of the Artemis program. According to the OIG, during their visit to Michoud in April 2023, they discovered a liquid oxygen tank section, a critical component of the SLS core Stage 3, was segregated and pending disposition. The root of this problem? Welds that did not meet NASA's specifications? Did NASA oversee Boeing's manufacturing and safety inspection process? Yes, but not directly. To closely monitor the production process, NASA hired the Defense Contract Management Agency to oversee Boeing's activities at Michoud. When quality issues are identified, DCMA issues a corrective action request to the contractor. CARs are categorized from Level 1 to Level 4, with Level 1 being the least severe and Level 4 the most severe. The alarming fact is that within just 2 years, from September 2021 to September 2023, the DCMA had to issue a staggering 71 Level 1 and 2 CARs to Boeing, along with a draft Level 3 car. These numbers are extraordinarily high and atypical for a spaceflight system at this stage of development. It's a clear reflection of a declining quality control system, with issues that keep recurring without any real improvement. Why is this number so high? Several factors contribute to this situation, but recent findings from NASA's OIG report have shed light on some core issues. One major factor is the lack of adequately trained and experienced aerospace personnel at Michoud. This is a fundamental problem that directly impacts product quality and the manufacturing process. Officials at Michoud have pointed out that attracting and retaining an experienced aerospace workforce is a significant challenge due to the facility's geographical location in New Orleans, Louisiana, and the comparatively lower wages offered in contrast to other aerospace competitors. The point is, Boeing chose New Orleans, Louisiana for a reason. This was never random. In the past, Boeing has shown a willingness to relocate an entire production facility to other parts of the country where labor costs are lower. A prime example is their decision in 2021 to move 787 Dreamliner production from Washington State to South Carolina. You see, what Boeing is really after is money. One of the most severe consequences of Boeing's cost-cutting strategy is the alarming erosion of its skilled and experienced workforce. Many seasoned employees with deep knowledge accumulated over years have been replaced by less experienced workers. This not only diminishes the quality of the work directly, but also creates a significant knowledge gap within the organization. When the transfer of knowledge between old and new employees is ineffective, it's inevitable inevitable that Boeing ends up with a workforce that hasn't reached the necessary level of expertise. While Boeing has attempted to address this by providing training and detailed on-the-job instructions, these efforts are undoubtedly insufficient to make up for the lack of experience and in-depth knowledge. In reality, even Boeing's top executives lack the essential knowledge of rocket science. Musk pointed out that the downfall of the company is due to the dominance of moneymakers, stating that there are too many non-technical managers at Boeing and that the CEO of an aircraft company should know how to design aircraft, not spreadsheets. The situation becomes even more alarming when considering Boeing's poor quality assurance (QA) culture. A concerning manifestation of this issue is the tendency to accept substandard parts from suppliers. We've seen the consequences of this in the Starliner project, where problems with Rocketdyne's thrusters and helium leaks from Valve-Tech's valves led to one of Boeing's most humiliating failures. But that's not all. The OIG report also highlighted another serious issue. Boeing's process for addressing contract non-compliance has been ineffective. According to officials from the Defense Contract Management Agency, Boeing often fails to respond or take corrective actions when similar quality control issues reoccur. Do you know the root cause of this? It's Boeing's acceptance of traveled work, a practice where quality issues are deferred to later stages in the production process instead of being addressed as they arise. Furthermore, Boeing frequently puts intense pressure on workers to accelerate production to meet deadlines. Many errors are overlooked or inadequately addressed, accumulating over time and potentially leading to catastrophic outcomes. This approach might offer some short-term financial and schedule benefits, but it introduces severe technical and safety risks. In the aerospace industry, where precision and reliability are paramount, accepting traveled work is an especially dangerous practice. Beyond these significant quality control issues, NASA and Boeing's SLS Block 1B project is also grappling with major cost and schedule challenges. According to reports, the projected cost for developing the SLS Block 1B has skyrocketed to $5.7 billion, with the system expected to launch in 2028. This figure exceeds NASA's 2023 baseline commitment by more than $700 million. This cost overrun not only strains NASA's budget, but also raises serious concerns about the project management capabilities of both NASA and Boeing. Notably, a significant portion of this cost, nearly $2.8 billion, is allocated for the development of the Exploration Upper Stage, EUS. It's simply too expensive for what is essentially an upgrade to the rocket. To put it into perspective, the amount of money being spent on this is even more than what NASA awarded SpaceX under the contract for developing the Crew Transportation Vehicle. And let's not forget, SpaceX built a total of 12 Dragon capsules. The initial estimate for the EUS was $962 million. Not exactly a small amount of money, but at least it was manageable. But Boeing managed to triple that cost. In addition to cost issues, the project's schedule has also suffered significant setbacks. Boeing's delivery of the EUS to NASA has been delayed from February 2021 to April 2027, a delay of over 6 years. When combined with other factors, this delay suggests that the Artemis 4 launch in September 2028 is almost certain to be pushed back further. This poses major challenges for NASA's entire Artemis program, which is already under immense pressure regarding timelines and high expectations from the public and political spheres. But here's the real kicker. When we dig into the financial mechanics of this contract between NASA and Boeing, we uncover a troubling reality. The rising costs aren't just a burden on the national budget. They could actually serve as a perverse incentive for the contractor. This contract operates on a cost-plus model, meaning Boeing gets reimbursed for all expenses incurred, plus a fixed fee. This creates a shocking paradox. The more expensive the project gets, the more Boeing stands to gain. This could very well explain why a project initially slated for completion in 2021 has now been pushed back to 2028, an astounding 7-year delay. NASA has been tightening its belt for years, yet they're still pouring an excessive amount of money into Boeing without hitting their deadline. These delays and cost overruns are bound to have a ripple effect across the entire Artemis program. Each year of delay not only increases costs, but also slows down the timeline for critical space exploration missions, potentially jeopardizing America's leadership in this field. Yet NASA refuses to impose penalties on Boeing. NASA interprets this recommendation to be directing NASA to institute penalties outside the bounds of the contract, they said. This decision could exacerbate the crisis facing the Artemis program. That's not fine at all. What do you think the most viable solution is at this point? Comment below. All right, that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth looks at the latest advancements in space technology. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.